Hello, lover boy. It's Halloween 2020 and your 40th birthday. And of course, we're in the middle of a crazy pandemic. Nothing too simple for your life, of course. I was really planning on doing something over the top and extravagant this year. I just wanted to make it such a special birthday for you, but obviously this little situation that we're in is not really allowing us to do so and is forcing me to get pretty creative. So, with that being said, I hope that you enjoy this little gift. To me, you're an incredible husband. You're a super dedicated and hands-on dad. You're my fire safety and fellow pyromaniac. You're my welder and rigger, and at times I'm sure you feel like an intern to Phoenix. You're the guy that I can go to see the worst shows with and still manage to have a good time. You're the man that I want to see the world with and go on so many adventures with. And most importantly, you're the guy whose arms I want to fall into every single day. But why stop there? You are so many things to so many people.
Our firstborn and our baby boy.
Your firstborn. This is not my kid.
Bennett has always been the best big brother ever.
Bennett is my douchebag brother.
He's my dad.
Bennett is a
top chef brother-in-law
and a super fun uncle.
He's kind of, we think of him as a work in progress, ever changing. We're being kind here, okay? Well,
Bennett is my favorite son-in-law, with thousands idea and 1001 open project, which will be started and ended someday.
A nice daddy.
Bennett is my brother-in-law, and he's a crazy fool. He's crazy.
Bennett is unique and crazy son-in-law.
Bennett is an incredible friend.
Bennett Wilson is my non-blood brother.
Bennett is a
great father.
Yes, he is. That's good.
Bennett is our fascinating friend.
An amazing man and friend.
Bennett is what you call a great dude. If I had a son, I would want him to be almost just like Bennett.
Bennett is a true comrade, a real friend and ally.
He's a great friend and a great dad.
And he has nice children.
Bennett is a friend that I would like to see more of.
Bennett is my neighbor downstairs, who I adore because he's such a gentle soul.
Bennett's a badass friend from college.
Bennett, to me, I mean, it's like fam. I don't know. Friends. Just good time having friends.
My good buddy from Astoria, living on the 3rd floor together. My poker buddy, confidant, co-party host. He's held this little piece of my heart.
Bennett is a generous friend.
And a considerate lover.
Bennett is an incredible friend.
Ben's been a great friend of mine throughout the years. We spent a lot of time together, especially in college, in high school. Very loyal friend.
Give the shirt off your back kind of guy.
Such a cool person. He is always fun to be around, and he is a great father and husband.
Bennett is a fantastic travel companion.
Bennett is definitely a real-life mad scientist. I feel like a lot of people's relationships to Bennett are almost like a Doc Brown, Marty McFly relationship. A great example of that would be Doc showing up to Marty's house in a time machine DeLorean. Bennett essentially did the same thing with a minivan race car and just handed us the keys, just like Doc Brown handed Marty McFly the keys to a time machine and told him to drive it.
In the past 40 years of your life, you've certainly made yourself noticed. You are really over the top, yet somehow are able to also be sensitive. You are an incredible leader, but always willing and able to be a team player. You know how to rile everybody up, but still simultaneously be able to truly have heart-to-hearts with people. You're mainly rebellious. Yeah, mainly rebellious. But at the same time, you're super respectful when it counts, and you are the person that people can really count on when it matters. You're also a complete mess, but a total mastermind. There's really just no one word that can sum up who you are, but here are a couple of people who attempt to do so.
You're passionate about things you do, and you're creative, and I know you're really extremely loving and caring.
And you're a really hard worker, a Renaissance man.
One word to describe Bennett would be very quiet.
Eccentric?
Creative. And a fellow Scorpio.
Hilarious.
We came up with quirky. We thought quirky was...
Thinks out of the box is what I would say.
I think of him as a Renaissance man. That's what I think of when I think of Ben.
Bennett is the best guy in the whole entire universe.
Dude is a dreamer, and the best kind.
Fireworks.
Bananas.
Irrepressible and passionate.
A brain.
Daddy is dramatic sometimes.
Loud.
Ooh, very good. Punctual, laser focused, loud. Loud. Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Dedicated and resourceful.
Energetic, creative, and innovative.
Fun. The word that I would choose to describe Bennett Wilson is scrumtralescent.
Creator extraordinaire. Or maybe idea man.
Fearless.
Fun guy.
A handy guy.
Inventive and adventurous.
Slim and handsome.
A mad scientist.
He's an all-around amazing guy.
Driven and fishnet.
Bennett is passionate.
Creative.
Quiet.
Strong.
Patient. Fearless.
We have shared so many memories over the years together, and it's hard to pick just one that really stands out. So I just want to bring it back to the very first day that I met you, when I was walking into a very awkward conference room at the Michael Allen Group. And I just remember nobody was talking, and there was this dude in front of me sitting with his hat covering his face and coffee cup in his hand. And, you know, in order to attempt to break the ice, I decided to say these few choice words. Hey, coffee boy, what's your name? Man, little did I know what those few words were going to get me into for the rest of my life. Here's some other folks who want to share a couple of little moments with you.
I'm thinking back to when you were little and how you and I used to cook together, and you were just a toddler and Laura would be in her infant seat and you'd be up there helping me make dinner. It was great memories.
Well, of course I've got a lot, but the funniest thing one of the funniest things that ever happened is when we were down walking along the bank at the Stillwater down by the Dock Cafe, and all of a sudden we turn around. Where the hell's Ben? He's in the water. He fell in. We thought we had lost you, but we did not.
Thank goodness we didn't. Yeah.
A story about Bennett is that he owes me $10,000 on his 40th birthday because when he was 30, he bet me he could learn 5 languages by the time he was 40. And I have not heard him speaking Mandarin Chinese in his spare time, so I think I've got that bet won.
We all went to Rehoboth Beach, and I think it was the first night. And man, he tried his best to keep up with me, but I'm a seasoned professional. Just couldn't hack it. Stayed in bed the whole day the next day. Missed the whole day of vacation because he was hungover.
One of my favorite memories of Bennett was when we were in the Dominican Republic together, and after a few beers, we found a horse that was tied up on the top of a cliff, and Bennett thought that he could be the horse whisperer and pet this horse. Then it turned around, kicked with both its back feet, almost knocked Bennett's head off, and almost ruined our entire vacation.
I love to build the race car with him. I like to wrestle with him, and I like to go to MRIs with him.
My funniest memory of Ben is when my parents took us to motocross, I think it was, down in Minneapolis with dirt bikes. And as we're walking out of it back to our car, I think he had long hair, I think, and he was wearing a bandana or something. We were just walking by, and this guy walks past us and just goes, "Fool!" I seriously laughed my butt off for days after that. And every time I think about it, I still laugh about it. Because, Ben, sorry, you are a fool sometimes.
I have so many great memories. I could talk about the box, the world record box. I could talk about the sword we put through the car in Times Square. But what I really want to talk about is the first thing Bennett and I broke together, which was a $4,000 piece of glass outside the Marshall Performing Arts Center at the University of Minnesota Duluth. It was glorious. We had the great idea to play catch on skateboards with softballs. Just imagine the end of that equation. Well, I told you at the beginning, it's a broken piece of glass. Like a big piece, like 12 foot high by 3 feet wide. It's awesome. Never got in trouble for it. That's how I knew we were destined to be friends. Forever.
Bennett, do you remember one year at New Year? We were celebrating in our house, and we were missing you. And then suddenly, all your friends found you at the daycare kitchen floor. Guess what? With your pants down. Everyone wanted to take picture of you, and I didn't let it, because what if my son-in-law will become a president? I don't want those pictures.
Well, I would have to say my favorite memory, there's a couple of memories. The fact that when he was in 9th grade and I answered the door for my sister's friend picking her up, and he was standing there with a cape like this will forever be wonderful. And I enjoyed every morning when he would pick me up to work. Before 6 a.m. we would already cover 10 to 12 topics before we even started our work day. I mean, gotta love the Bennett motivation.
My memory of you is the very first time that I met you with your crazy mop head and your incredible dancing skills that wooed my sister.
When we went to Windmill a couple days ago and we met a cat named Mata.
A quick memory I have about Bennett is when we were building the world's largest box and the cherry picker was delivered a full avenue away from where it needed to be. So I had to watch Bennett drive a cherry picker down a major street in New York City into Times Square, and the thing would only go about 3 miles an hour. But Bennett basically drove that thing like he was pirating a ship.
This summer, hanging out at the balcony in the Poconos at night, looking up at the night sky, seeing all those bright stars, and just talking and thinking that everything in life was within reach. Everything was a possibility.
One of my favorite memories of Bennett is the day I first met him. Julia was bringing me to Windmill, and we open the door and walk in, and there's Bennett Wilson with a fucking potato gun trying to hit rats, and just like armed with this gun. It was so funny, and just I felt like sums up everything. I was like, who is this guy?
Thanksgiving, holidays, and having Bennett cook up some of the
best food that I've ever eaten in my life. I don't even know what I ate. All I remember is that it was amazing.
Can you imagine how many hectares of corn is used by this chef just to deep fry his turkey? Outstanding recipe. Genius simplicity. This is about Bennett.
I have far too many memories of Bennett to even comprehend thinking of just one. And that's just in the past 2 weeks. So, I mean, I would just say every time Bennett has thrown me the keys to a giant truck when I've never driven in New York, or thrown me a tool that I've never seen before and told me to build something and said, it's gonna be fun. Thank you. You've taught me a bajillion things, and I appreciate it. And I love you very much. Seriously. And God, you're so old. You're so old. Oh, I'm just a spring chicken. But seriously, I love you. Seriously, love you.
25 years ago or so, Jack and I flew to Stillwater, Minnesota because Ben was in a Shakespeare play in high school. Well, you can imagine. We weren't expecting anything, and the weird thing was he was really, really good.
My memory of Bennett is that he always comes up with these great plans to support Julia, i.e. making a bed for them both to sleep in and creating an office space for her to work in. Of course, these endeavors take many, many years of full fruition, but when they get there, there's something spectacular.
After one of Sonny's summer birthday parties, he got pretty blitzed and he put his children in a wagon and dragged them all the way home from our house, which I think was pretty genius. There's no drink driving these days, right? So it's kind of a fun memory of Bennett.
Perfect. Well done, buddy.
So when I first met Bennett, we were going to see a show that Julia was in. She was touring in a Christmas show and we had never met. So we were meeting in the street and he was across the street and I just ran into the street and was like, hey, cars coming, almost got hit by a car. And he had this look on his face like, who is this crazy girl?
Unfortunately, 2 years ago, my husband passed away. And Bennett and Julia came to visit him, not knowing that he already died at the hospital. And when they came in, there he was in the bed dead. And I was sitting there. And they came in and they sat down next to him and they hugged him and they kissed him. And we spent 2 hours with his dead body, but his spirit being all around us. And it was a very warm feeling.
St. Patrick's Day, poker, Catan, Risk, drinking scotch, watching movies on the roof with the city in the background, 10th Acre Farms, Michael Allen Group. Where does it end? I tell you, in the 4.5 years that I've lived in New York City, those were some of my best times of my life and my most treasured memories. And I have you to thank for it, bud.
Oh, Great Wolf Lodge. We had an amazing time. We ended up closing Great Wolf Lodge together. And the pandemic actually began with us. We are patient zero, right? But that was an amazing time. Bennett, you were awesome.
Ben and I were college roommates together, and we generally got in a lot of trouble together. That's some of the memories that I've got. Specifically, how about the time that Ben climbed up the fire escape to my apartment when I was living at the Stratford? Or how about the time that, Ben, it was your birthday, your 19th birthday, and you may have been inebriated and you managed to puke on at least 6 floors all in one vomit. Good job. Those are some good memories, man.
That delicious chicken that you make on the barbecue.
Grandpa Roy's chicken.
That's my favorite memory right now, because I'm going to tell you, that chicken's fucking delicious.
No swear.
That chicken is delicious. You were supposed to bleep.
Fuck yeah.
For me, a memory with Bennett, I very much appreciated. I came with a kid from a school I was working at to the windmill in Greenpoint. He just took the time to show us around and be real friendly with this 5-year-old who was asking all these questions.
It's hard to find one memory, one great memory of Bennett, because I have so many, especially traveling the country with him. But I would say one of my absolute favorite times with Bennett was when we drove a 32-foot RV. Was it 28 feet, 32 feet? It gets bigger every time I tell the story. But when we drove an enormous RV to the top of Mount Evans, which is like 13,000 feet, and the rangers at the station actually let us in without paying $20 because they were like, "You're never gonna make it up there." So, but we did with the enormous applause of a whole gang of bikers and a bunch of other people. I guess along those same lines, pulling on the side of the road with the RV and literally standing on a rock in Glenwood, or in the, I can't remember the canyon, wiping off the huge, enormous bugs that we had killed on our journey thus far. So excellent times.
Bennett, one of my favorite memories is going down to Florida, playing a little golf, and getting to sleep with you every night.
Heard you're a good cuddler.
Spectacular.
Probably my favorite memory with Bennett is heading out on spring break from Duluth, busting out in the middle of winter, driving all the way to Arizona, going and climbing on a bunch of rocks in Mount Lemmon, camping out in the woods, just hanging out and having a great time, and just unparalleled times. Love you, buddy.
Building any number of studios and hanging countless sheets of drywall and finding leftover breakfast sandwiches or lunch sandwiches, half-eaten and half-drank beers everywhere.
A quick memory would be us sitting on the rocks in Central Park, planning our grand escape plan for all the carriage horses in New York City. We were going to free them all and ride them into the sunset.
Well, you clearly have made an impact on people's lives. You truly are a one of a kind. You know, and they say that incredible things only happen once in a blue moon, and it's no coincidence that today, on the day that you were born, is an actual blue moon. My life literally would not be the same without you, and for that I am so grateful. Thank you for being born and coming into my life. Happy birthday, Papa Bear.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, honey.
We love you, man.
Love you.
Happy birthday, Bennett.
Happy birthday, Venezia.
Happy birthday, brother, and pay up.
Happy birthday, Ben. Happy birthday, Ben.
Feliz cumpleaños! I said it in German.
Happy Halloween. I mean,
Happy birthday, Bennett!
Lothasana Dobreath, Lothasana Dobreath, Lothasana Dobreath, Lothasana Dobreath. That's happy birthday in Irish Gaelic or Scottish Gaelic. Who knows? Love you, bud. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Bennett.
Woo! Happy 40th birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Bennett! Yay!
Happy birthday, Uncle Ben.
Happy birthday!
Happy 40th!
Happy birthday, Bennett.
Happy birthday, Bennett. Love you like a brother, man. Miss ya.
Happy birthday, Bennett. I hope it's the best it can possibly be in pandemic times.
Happy birthday, Bennett. I wish you the best this year. A good year, a healthy year, a prosperous year, good memories. Stay safe. We love you. I love having you here. I feel like I have another son. And just be well.
Happy birthday, Bennett.
يوم ولادة سماح بنت.
Happy birthday, Bennett. Sláinte.
Happy birthday, Bennett. Jazz hands for your birthday.
Happy birthday, Bennett. Cheers.
Happy 40th, brother. I can tell you it only gets better from here. I promise. Love you, man.
Happy birthday to you.
Happiest of birthdays, Bennett. I can't believe we're...
Happy birthday, Bennett. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more crazy adventures to come in your 40s, as much as there were in your 20s and 30s. So, yeah, happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, Bennett.
I wish you nothing but the best. Stay healthy. Stay positive. You're making a difference in the world, and I love you for it. Happy birthday, Bennett.
So happy birthday to you, Benito. Happy birthday on this consequential birthday. They say, used to say life begins at 40. But for you, life has been happening in fifth gear for quite some time now. So all I can tell you is keep it going, buddy.
Well, I'm pretty sure everybody has had the opportunity to say everything that they could have possibly said to you. So I really hope that you enjoyed your present. Happy birthday. I love you so much. Mwah! Are you still here? You still haven't turned this thing off? What are you waiting for? What else could there possibly be? Can you seriously want more? Okay, fine, I have a little surprise. Here's a couple of moments that didn't make it to the director's cut, so enjoy, they'll be quick.
We've been given instructions of what we're supposed to do. We'll tell the real story later.
What's the question?
Who is Bennett?
Who is Bennett?
Who's Bennett to you?
Who's Bennett to you?
No, you give me the answer. Who's Bennett to you?
I don't know.
Papa a good dancer?
He's not a great dancer. Because when I turn on a dance, he just goes, and I don't understand that dance move. Like, what is that dance move called? You know?
Hello, Ben. You're 40. You're old.
And he just kept going with the sledgehammer like it ain't no thing. Like a hole punch. Out of a wall. Like, what?
Yeah, Big B. That's my big boy.
This is where I get all sentimental here, so bear with me.
Bennett is a human person. Nailed it.
So basically, he just steals all my answers because...
Am I wrong?
Because I'm nailing this.
Well... Oh, yeah!
Well, that was it. I promise, from all of us to you. Happy 40th birthday! Mwah!